Have you ever wondered, what's the best way to start building wealth in real estate if you don't have much money? Or maybe you've asked yourself, is real estate even worth it anymore in 2025 with high interest rates and rising prices? And finally, what's the exact step-by-step roadmap successful investors follow to go from buying their first property to actually building long-term wealth? If any of those questions sound familiar, you're not alone. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through the real, practical process of building wealth through real estate. By the time we're done, you'll not only know the answers to those questions, but you'll also have a clear, actionable plan you can follow no matter where you're starting from. The first thing we need to talk about is why real estate continues to be one of the most powerful wealth-building tools. Unlike most investments, real estate gives you multiple streams of value. You get monthly cash flow from rent. You get appreciation over time as property values rise. You get leverage, meaning you can control a large asset with relatively little money down. You get tax benefits, like deductions from mortgage interest and depreciation. And finally, you get the ability to force appreciation by making improvements or renovations. Stocks and crypto don't give you that combination. That's why more millionaires have been created through real estate than almost any other path. Now, how do you actually get started? The very first step is education. Before you buy anything, invest your time in learning. Understand mortgages, property taxes, how to analyze a deal, and what the laws are in your area. Listen to podcasts, watch videos, join local real estate meetups. The more you know, the lower your risk will be. Step 2 is defining your strategy. Real estate isn't one size fits all. Some people buy and hold rental properties for long-term cash flow. Others try house hacking, where you live in one part of the property and rent out the rest. Some people like flipping houses, buying, fixing, and selling. Others focus on short-term rentals like Airbnb. Then there are investors who go after multifamily buildings or commercial properties. Each strategy has its pros and cons, and you should pick the one that fits your budget, your time, and your goals. Step 3 is getting your finances in order. You'll need a decent credit score, usually 620 or higher, and some savings for a down payment. For a first-time buyer, you might only need 3 to 5% down. Veterans may qualify for VA loans with no down payment. And if you don't have much cash, there are ways to start small. House hacking, FHA loans, or even partner with someone else who has the money while you bring the hustle. Step 4 is buying your first property. This is where many people get stuck waiting for the perfect deal or the perfect time. The truth is, there is no perfect. Most successful investors start small, sometimes with a condo, a duplex, or even their own home. The goal is to get in the game. You'll learn more from your first property than you ever will from studying theory. Once you're ready to buy, step 5 is to focus on cash flow. This is critical. Ask yourself, will the rent cover the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, and still leave you some profit every month? If not, it's probably not a strong wealth-building property, unless you're in a very fast-appreciating market where values are rising dramatically. Cash flow protects you in down markets and keeps your investment sustainable. Step 6 is about leverage and scaling. Once you own a property and it's producing income, you can use that property to help you buy the next one. Maybe you refinance and pull out equity. Maybe the rental income boosts your ability to qualify for another loan. Either way, you can slowly grow from one property to 2, then to 4, and eventually to larger multifamily or commercial investments. This is a formula ordinary people use to build extraordinary wealth. Repeat the process, one property at a time. Step 7 is protecting and optimizing your investments. As your portfolio grows, you'll want to think about property management, so you don't have to handle every late-night repair call. You'll also want to think about setting up LLCs or other structures to protect yourself legally. And most importantly, you'll need a smart tax strategy. Work with a CPA who understands real estate, so you don't leave money on the table. Remember, keeping the wealth is just as important as building it. Now let's circle back and answer those 3 questions from the beginning. The first one, what's the best way to start if you don't have much money? The answer is house hacking. Buy a duplex or a small multi-unit, live in one side and rent the other, or even buy a house and rent out the basement or extra bedrooms. FHA loans and VA loans make this especially accessible. Another option is to partner with someone. You handle the work, they bring the cash, and you both share the profits. The second question: is real estate still worth it in 2025 with high interest rates and expensive homes? The answer is yes, because you're not just buying for today. You're buying for the long term. Interest rates can be refinanced later, and property values plus rents usually increase over time. Waiting often costs more than acting, because prices rarely go down for long. And the third question: what's the exact roadmap to building wealth? It's simple. Learn the basics. Save up for your first down payment. Buy that first property. Focus on cash flow. Leverage the equity. Scale into more properties and protect what you've built. That's a proven path. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you buy a $200,000 duplex with 5% down. That's just $10,000. You live in one unit and rent out the other. The rent covers most of your mortgage. After a couple of years, the property appreciates to $240,000. You refinance, pull out $20,000 in equity, and use that money to buy a second property. You repeat this process over 10 years, and now you own 5 to 10 properties generating thousands of dollars per month in cash flow. That's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a steady path to financial independence. So, can you really build wealth through real estate? Absolutely. It's not about luck, and it's not about timing the market. It's about consistent action, smart decisions, and thinking long-term. Start with what you have. Learn as much as you can, and remember this: the best time to invest in real estate was yesterday. The second best time is today. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more real estate insights. And leave a comment with your biggest real estate question. I just might cover it in a future video.